Okay, my name is Mr. Chan. I teach Sec 3, Sec 4, as well as JC Math. Okay, so everybody is here for JC today, right? Nobody here for Sec 3 and Sec 4. Very good. Okay, so I've been teaching for over 10 years. I taught in a school previously. I taught in TJ. Nobody here is from TJ, but I taught in Temasek for a while. And then, but before that, I've also been teaching tuition for most of my time now. Okay, so ever since army onwards, I've been helping students. Back then when I was teaching private tuition, I also got teach like Sec 1, Sec 2 as well as like uni kids. Yeah. So actually I love teaching uni kids because like they kind of know what they're doing, but also they don't really know what they're doing. Something like y'all, but for uni, like I really need to like go and study the subject because sometimes I also like not very sure. Okay. Okay, yes. So we currently have centers, 3 more new centers this year as compared to last year. Our Tampines branch just opened last week. So if you all didn't know, for those who attend TM, our Tampines branch just opened. Okay, at CPF building. Do you know where is that? Your T. Does anybody know where is Tampines? Yeah. So CPF building is the one directly opposite McDonald's. Okay, it's the big red building in between Century Square and McDonald's. Right in front of Century Square. Yes, we are 5 floors below Zenith. Yes. So we are slowly drawing them downwards 5 stories. You know lah, but in all honesty, I think for OVERMUGGED, we've always wanted to open nearer to the east, right? It's just that nearer to the east has always been very difficult to get a location. Yeah. So we also balance between both lah, right? Between us being able to find a good location as well as demand. And we see a lot of our students heading over to Marine Parade and Kovan. So after doing like survey and everything with everyone, I feel like we have enough students in the east. And also at that point of time, we were very lucky to be able to get that slot at CPF building because it's very, very central. We almost opened like in Tampines East. You know where is that? Basically, like it's just a HDB flat lah. So it's like very weird. Like you go to like someone's house like that. Yeah, but the initial plan was maybe to like get a like a house kind of. Then you turn that house into like a tuition center. Yeah. But we thought it wasn't very nice lah, especially like not very conducive for everyone also. So we were very lucky with this place. So we are very happy with it. Okay. Okay, our results, yes. Resources. You all should know by now that we do give a lot of like free stuff. If you're not in the A-level Telegram channel, later just let me know. Then I'll add you all in. Basically, I think a lot of the tutors also release like their notes over on there to like help you all to revise. If you are not in it, for example, like people like I don't think so. Yeah, please tell me, okay, so that we can add you all in. Okay. Okay. O-level, if you're in it, can leave really lah. Honestly, it's okay. Okay, and then we'll do a short feedback at the end, and then we'll talk about the booster classes at the end. Okay, not much. I think maybe more or less everybody should be here already. Shall we start? Yes? Okay, come, let's go. Let me just swap my screen sharing and we will get started. Okay, let's go. Let me just check whether this will be better. Okay, today we'll be learning about lines and planes. Lines and planes is a topic that I feel a lot of students do struggle with. Hopefully after today, we will get a better understanding of lines and planes. I would like to reteach some of the concepts that your schools have taught you. Maybe try to like rewire some of the way you think about certain things because most of the time when schools go through is very inefficient. So they will teach you a lot of new concepts. They will teach you a lot of methods to solve different things. But actually, a lot of them can be condensed into like a few smaller concepts. Okay. So today, if we are able to take away those smaller concepts, I think it will be a win. Does that make sense? Can? Okay, so some things that we will need to know is what exactly is a line and what exactly is a plane. This will be the main concept that we have to understand. If not, we are unable to do a lot of the questions or unable to dissect a lot of the questions. Okay, so what exactly is a line? I think for those of you who have attended the vectors, for those of you who have attended the vectors crash course, right, you might be familiar with this. So when we have a line, okay, a line is given by a plus lambda d, okay, where a in this case is my fixed point, okay, and d is a particular direction. Okay, so why is this called a vector line? Is because this helps me to define every point on the line. As long as I have something in this form, it helps me to define every point on the line. How does that work, right? Basically, what we do is that we start from the origin. And for me to be able to get every point on the line, I'm first going to travel from O to A. Okay, so let me travel now from O to A in this direction. And for me to get the line, I'm going to travel in the direction D, but by a certain fraction. So for example, D is that short, right? For me to get all the way to the end, let's say the point all the way at the end, okay, I will need to travel multiple Ds. Does that make sense? So let's draw that together so you can roughly get a sensing. So 1D, 2Ds, 3Ds, 4Ds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5. So for me to get from the first O all the way to the last point there, I need to travel 9.5 Ds. Does that make sense? Bro, do you have class today? Yeah. What time? I'm meeting here at night. At night, right? Okay, good. Okay. So for me to get all the way to the end, there are two pathways, right? My first pathway is to go from here to here and travel down by 9 Ds. Okay, another pathway is to go cut across straight away like this. Hi, do you have notes? You can take one of these. Okay, so this is why this is called the equation of a line. I'm able to define every point, right? If I only have 8 Ds, I can come until here. If I only have 2 Ds, I can come until here. Then I will get this line, this vector here. What happens if D is negative? Yes, then I'll go in the previous direction, right? So if D is negative, then I will come here, okay, and I'll be able to get this vector. Does that make sense? Okay, so first we must understand this idea of A plus lambda D. Okay, when we have A plus lambda D, depends on what lambda is, we can either get every point or one point. Okay, repeat, you can either get every point or one point. When do I get every point? Okay, is when I have A plus lambda D and lambda is a real number. So when this lambda varies and this lambda changes, right? This will help me to generate different points depending on what lambda is. For example, if you look at this diagram again, right? If I have lambda as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll generate I'll generate points that are in front. If I have lambda that's negative, I'll generate points that are at the back. Does that make sense? But most of the time when we do a question, let's say for example, I have this point here, Q, right? Then OQ will also follow this equation, but it is for a fixed lambda. Okay, this word sum, okay, is only one value. Okay, it's a mathematical way of saying one value of lambda. So for some lambda, sum is usually just one number. Does that make sense? Okay, so in this case, can we look at my drawing over there, and can you tell me what is this lambda that I have to define OQ? Nidhi, what is lambda in this case? Just count only. Yes, so from O to A, how many times did I travel D? 6, very good. So in this case, my lambda will be 6. Does that make sense? And a lot of times, this is what the question needs us to do. We are required to solve for the lambda. The lambda will be like an unknown, like I don't really know what it is. Clear? Can? Okay, everybody okay with this concept? Cool. Okay. Next, we have the idea of a plane. Okay, this plane is a bit harder to explain. The relationship of a plane is basically with the normal, right? So this is called the normal of a plane. Okay, and we have a fixed point A. Now, how we define a plane? Okay, this is not taught in your schools, but hopefully after today you will get a better understanding on the equation of a plane, right? I'm sure everybody knows what this equation is. R dot n equals to A dot n. You have all seen this before, right? If you got never sleep throughout all your plane lectures, I'm sure you have seen this somewhere before. And this is usually equals to a number. Usually they call it by big D. Okay, what exactly is this big D? Do you all know? Okay, this big D actually has a certain relationship to the distance to the origin. Okay, and today's question will actually help us to understand what this big D is with respect to the origin. Clear? Okay, let's just write it down first. Hopefully later at the end of the lesson, you will kind of understand this big D concept, where this distance here, okay, is D over mod n. Okay, this distance here is D over mod n. Okay, from the plane to the origin, the perpendicular distance, okay, is D over mod n. Okay, so very simple. Let's think about two planes. X plus y plus z equals to 3. Okay, and x plus y plus z equals to 30. Which one is further away from the origin? The second one, obviously, right? So first one, the distance away from the origin is 3 over root 3. The second one, the distance away from the origin is 30 over root 3. So obviously, the second one is further away. Are they parallel planes or different planes? Are they parallel or non-parallel? Parallel, right? Are you able to tell me what the normal is for these two planes? Yes, very good. The normal is 1, 1, 1. Just the coefficient of the x, y, and z. Okay? Okay, so these two are parallel planes. Okay, and obviously this is further away from the origin. Okay, this used to be in the syllabus. They have put this as not super important, but I feel that it's important for us to understand the concept of plane. It helps us to understand the concept of planes better, regardless whether it's tested or not. Does that make sense? Okay, and today we will explore this concept a little bit more using our dot product. Do you remember what is dot product? Okay, if you remember what's dot product, good. If not, we will recap later. Can everybody okay with this concept? Okay, cool, nice. Let's move on. Okay, so this one, I shall not touch on too much, right? Equation of line and equation of planes. There are 3 ways to write your equation of lines and 3 ways to write your equation of planes. Okay, most of the time the school will ask for this form. Okay, y'all can put a star if y'all want to. Most of the time the schools will ask for this form and this form. Okay, this form and this form. Okay, most of the time it's like that. Okay, Cartesian for planes is very rare. Parametric for lines is very rare. Okay, but most of the time it'll be like that. Okay. Okay, so how do we convert from one form to another? This n here is the normal. Okay, I hope you all know that this can be found by crossing my 2 directions. Okay, so I have 2 directions here. If I cross, I have 2 directions here. If I cross these 2, this will allow me to get the normal of the plane. Okay, D, as we have discussed just now, is A dot n. So how do I find D? All I need to do is just take A, I dot it with n, I'll get a number. Okay, we can explore that more later. And then from lines, how to convert from vector form to Cartesian form. Okay, we can practice that later also. Can everybody okay with this concept? Can? Okay, let's touch on the question applications. More important. Okay, this one we will need to copy a little bit. Let me run through with y'all so that y'all don't just immediately copy. Okay. So first we talk about a fixed point A. Okay, usually in the exam you have a fixed point A and then you have this thing called F. F is usually saved for the foot of perpendicular. Okay, F is usually saved for the foot. Okay, so this is what we learned just now, like 5 minutes ago. Okay, if F lies on the line, this means that F will also obey the equation of the line, but for one value of lambda. Can? Does that make sense? Okay, I repeat again. So if I have a point here, I have the origin here, O, I can go from O to A and A to F by traveling in this direction by some number, some multiple. So let's say if this is D, then I go 1, 2, 3, 4 D. If this is D, then I go half D. Can? Okay. So if F lies on L, then I will have OF is equals to A plus lambda D for some lambda. Okay, I will make it easier to understand for some value of lambda. Okay. So to find this lambda, okay, we can take this property. QF is perpendicular to D. Okay, why is QF perpendicular to D? Because F is the foot of the perpendicular. So since it's going to be the base, if I go from Q to F perpendicularly at 90 degrees, they will have a dot product of anybody. Dot product of what? Perpendicular dot product is 0. Very good. So this means that okay, QF dot D will give me 0. Okay, and I'm quite sure you all know how to find QF. Okay, QF by our sec 4 terms will be OF minus OQ. Okay, so all this, after doing everything, we are able to solve for lambda. Does that make sense? Okay, so even though this looks like a difficult question that our school requires us to memorize, right? A lot of times school will be like, okay, this method, this question, just memorize how to do. But actually, we are only using two main concepts. The first concept is, do you know that F lies on the line? If F lies on the line, what does that mean? Okay, it follows the equation. Secondly, do you know what is perpendicular? If it is perpendicular, means what? Right? They dot each other, I get 0. Okay? Okay, that's all. I only need these two concepts. Don't need to memorize how to solve. That will take too long. Okay? Okay, next. Okay, F lies on pi. So same thing, same idea. If F lies on pi, means OF dot N will be D. Okay, because I follow the equation of the plane. Okay, so how can I find QF? How can I find the foot of perpendicular? I want to be able to dot it. Okay, so okay, if QF is if parallel to N means QF equals to KN. Okay, although we might not use this in most of these questions. Okay, so we might just use the first concept. The first concept more important. Okay. Any questions about this? Sure. Okay, if we cover the concept and if you need clarification, then ask me. Okay. Okay, this one is reflection of point in line and plane. Let's not spend too long here. This one you can think of it in two ways. One way is sec 4 way, which is using the same vector. Okay, so if you look at it as a reflection, you can see that this guy, okay, is the same as this guy, right? They are exactly the same. So this will be QF equals to FQ prime. Okay, if you understand the concept that they are traveling in the same direction and they are exactly the same length. Okay, another concept, this is the sec 4 way. Okay, but if you are okay to think of it as the JC way, then you can think of it as ratio theorem. Right? So if you think of it as ratio theorem, then your OF, okay, is equals to OQ times 1 plus OQ prime times 1 over 1 plus 1. Okay, which of course we have written it over here lah. Okay? But these are two methods to solve the same thing. Personally, which one do I use? I use this one lah. Okay, I don't even want to memorize additional things. I just know ratio theorem. I can apply for midpoint. I can apply for different ratios. Just one formula can apply to different questions. So I don't even need to learn this one. Okay? Okay, everything that I teach now, we will do a question on it. So later, if we don't understand, we can touch back on it. Can? Okay, we move ahead first. Okay, next, perpendicular distance from point to line. Okay, let's just copy this method 3 for me, Ken, which is to use Pythagoras theorem. Now, this is the method that I prefer because personally, I don't have so much mental space to memorize so many methods, right? Okay, and I love to use dot product because it's so much easier. Dot product is so much easier to do. Okay, so this method 2 is something that I feel like is okay for you to know. Okay, but personally, I like to use this dot product. Okay, which is AQ dot D to find AF. Then I use Pythagoras theorem, adjacent and hypotenuse to find the opposite. Does that make sense? Okay, so nothing too complex here. We just need to understand what is length of projection, which is the main thing that we learn from vectors 2, right? Length of projection. Okay, for that one, also same, length of projection. So when we talk about distance from point to plane, think about length of projection. Okay, again, we will touch upon it later again when we look at the context. Now I know I'm just like blabbering like your school like that, okay? But anybody have any questions with regards to this? Or are you confused about anything? Okay, I call 2 people, okay? No question, then I move on. No? Swan. Question? Sure? Okay. This one I love. I don't know why the schools want you to learn 3 different formulas or 3 different understandings. I just need you to learn it as one. Angle between 2 vectors is cosine. Use dot product. That is the only thing you need to know. Don't need to use sine. Does that make sense? Don't need to use sine. I just need cosine. As long as you remember that angle between 2 vectors is cosine, that will help you to answer everything. Okay, so let's look at the third one because I know that you all are confused and I know that some of y'all will think that, I remember in school I learned that it's sine leh. Why are we using cosine, right? So when we think about it, right, if I want to find the angle between a normal and a line, this is 2 vectors, right? Okay, this is your normal, okay, and this is your line. If I want to find the angle between these 2 of them, what I need to do is to find dot product, and I use cosine. But if the question asks for something different, the question asks for line and plane, where is the angle? Is it going to be alpha? No, right? It's going to be theta. So, how do I solve this problem? Very simple. I just find that angle first, then 90 minus that, I get this. And you also learn this in Sec 3, right? Sine, cosine of 90 minus theta is sine theta. That's why the school asks you to use sine. But I don't need you to learn an additional formula. Just learn it as find this angle, which is cosine, then 90 minus that gives you my last angle. Make sense? Okay? So every time you got angle, just use cosine. Don't need to use sine anymore. Clear? Okay, I think we're almost there. Okay, intersection, let's not use it. Let's do it in the first question, okay? And then relationship between 2 lines, I think quite okay. Okay, let's copy the remaining blanks and then we will start with the questions. Okay, because I know a lot of us. Okay, can I just check how many of y'all attempted the mock paper? Can do? Can do? Okay. Okay. Okay, and relationship between line and plane. No, nothing. This one. Relationship between two planes. Okay. Okay. The first concept that we're going to do today, okay, let's skip integration, okay? Let's go all the way to planes and let's start. So, vectors never learn that one. And integration.
I thought
Do you want to stay for integration? And for cover integration for block 4, okay? So I will do planes first. And you try and listen. But if you don't listen, yeah. But if you feel like you're not tested on the practice integration, then you can do the integration question first. 1, 2, 3. Then I'll let you decide. And later I come to you to okay, come. Okay, so this question, I love this question because a lot of y'all still don't know how to solve like intersection between like two planes or two lines or whatever, okay? Basically, I'm going to teach you how to use the GC because some of us don't know how to use. Okay, y'all bought the $177 GC, but then y'all never use efficiently. Okay, so can we all make sure we take out our GC? Does everybody have? I hope you all have. The two girls that are on there, I think y'all don't have. I can lend you, but please tell me again. Don't come here and then leave $177 here. Okay, you all have? Have? Oh, you all have. Okay, you have? Wait, who don't have? Must tell me again. I will hunt you down. For fun. I will hunt you down. If you don't return me, I'll hunt you down. Okay, if A is negative 20.9 and B is 16.6, find the coordinates of the point at which the planes meet. Okay, so in this case, you see, right, we have 3 different planes, okay? Plane 1, plane 2, and plane 3. They never really label for you. I mean, they gave you in the description. So you just know that these are the 3 planes, okay? So this is what we call the scalar product form. Okay, one of the skills that we need to know is how to convert this into a Cartesian form. Right? Okay, let me give you the first one and then hopefully you can do the other two by yourself. For plane 1, okay, we have 3x plus 2y minus 5z equals to 3. Okay, why is this so? This is because R can be any point x, y, z. Okay, R is any point x, y, z that lies on the plane. So if I have a plane like that, right, any of the point that lies on this plane takes on the form x, comma, y, comma, z. So since R obeys this formula, okay, all I need to do is to put R into the formula. So I get x, y, z dot 3, 2 minus 5 equals to 3. Then when I do the dot product, I will multiply them across with one another like that. Okay, that's how I get 3x plus 2y minus 5z is 3. Okay, so this is how to convert from scalar product form into Cartesian form. Can we spend the next 30 seconds to convert the other two also? Okay. Okay, don't need use GC yet. Let's just try to convert the two more scalar product form into Cartesian form. Then we use GC. Okay, Nabila, any idea? P2. Can give me P2 in Cartesian form? Yes, very good. Okay. And Jalat, I forgot everybody's name already. Could you maybe scroll through the talk again? Take SS. Later I scroll through for you, okay? Can the one at the back answer me, please, for P3? Okay, but this case, they provided you what is A and what is B already, right? So A is, yes, negative 20.9, and B is 16.6. Okay, so what you need to do is to type this into the GC. Do you know how to type? Yes? Okay, some people with the sheepish smile, okay, go to apps, go to 4, which is polynomial simultaneous, something like that, okay? Then you will go to 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Okay, then type everything out that's on the screen. Okay, my answer will be provided by yours truly. 711 minus 411 minus 411. Okay. Okay. So just check, okay, just be very careful. The question wants you to find the coordinates, right? So don't just give me the answer to the simultaneous equation, no use. Okay. They want the coordinates. So just give me a quick statement. Therefore, the coordinates are okay, 711 minus 411 minus 411. Okay, try not to jump to the last step straight away because they want to see which one you actually use the GC for. Okay, so the GC only told you these 3 things. Okay, then this one to the last step is your own conclusion. So try to write everything out for them. Anyway, you didn't even need to do anything. Just press calculator only. Okay, so let's think about it. How does this look like? Okay, I'm going to show you a little demo. But I think some people, I hope y'all can understand when I do this demo. Okay, so this is plane 1 and this is plane 2. Okay, plane 1 and plane 2. P1, P2, P1, P2. Those online don't can see me or not? Why my camera not working? Why my camera not working? Both camera not working. Oh, this is working. Okay. Can see P1, P2? Okay, P1, P2. Okay, so if this is plane 1, this is plane 2, okay? If the question says that the three planes intersect, this question is talking about plane 1, plane 2, and plane 3. Just now, how many answers did we have? 1 point only, right? So if this is plane 1 and this plane 2, how can I draw plane 3? Where can I put plane 3? Like that. Like that. Can see? Plane 1, plane 2, plane 3 comes here. Okay, I mean, of course, this is an example. Plane 3 can be like that also lah. Plane 3 can be like that. But it will only cut at 1 point. Does that make sense? Okay. Later in part 3, we will do something that's very special. Plane 3 will cut here. This means that all 3 planes will intersect at the same line. Does that make sense? Can you see? Can? So if I have 2 planes, they will definitely intersect on 1 line. If I have a third plane, the third plane can go here, which intersects at 1 point, or the third plane can go here, which intersects at a line, right? Can I have an example where my third plane doesn't intersect at all? Can I have an example where my third plane doesn't intersect at all? Okay, can be parallel. So if it's 2 like that, can be here, right? Okay. Or, okay, in this case, you all remember what is the idea of skew, right? This will totally not intersect this at all. It can be here. Like that. Does that make sense? So these 2 planes intersect on this line, but my last plane just ends up here. Does it intersect? No, doesn't intersect. Even if it's slanted like that, it will also not intersect. Does that make sense? Can? Okay, so this is the idea of 3 planes that is rare in the exam, but I don't see it as impossible to come out lah. Can? Okay, so let's use this and try to understand and try to be able to apply to the question, okay? But for question 2, they want you to just find the line of intersection between 2 planes. Okay, find the vector equation of L. So let's use the GC to be able to solve for L. Okay, so some of us don't know how to use the GC to solve. Okay, can we all press this in our GC first? Just these 2. Everybody please press. Okay, press already, then you will learn how to press. 3, 2, -5, 3, -5, 3, 2, -5. All done? Okay, come. Shivani, can you volunteer the answer for me? So by GC, right, what do I get? Don't worry, I know what you got. Just tell me what you got. P1 and P2. 1 plus x3. Okay, so x equals to 1 plus x3. 0 plus x3. Okay, very good. So you got this from the GC basically, right? You got this from the GC. Okay, so in this case, you can see that your z is x3, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write down these 3 things as just z lah. Can? Z, z, z. Clear? Okay, z, z, and z. So how are we able to use this to find the equation of the line? Very simple, okay? Once you write it in this way, it's very clear. The first part here, okay, the first part here will be your A. Okay, and your second part here will be your D. Does that make sense? So using your GC, you have already identified the line of intersection. Okay, so what is the line of intersection? Okay, okay, based on this, our line of intersection will be Chinese name. Confirm. Not you. That one's close one. He Mei. 100 plus 111. Very good. Simple? Can? Okay. But with that, just remember that in case the question wants us to do it with constant, okay, this guy here can be found by taking n1 cross n2. Does that make sense? Okay, let's practice n1 cross n2 now, just in case we cannot do. Okay, so n1 cross n2 is 3, 2, negative 5 cross negative 5, 2, 3. Or negative 5, 3, 2, sorry. Okay, so for those that came the last time, if you all remember the spider, okay, how does a spider work? A spider wants to climb up the wall. So my spider starts from the floor. Okay, I want to make sure the spider climbs. So you go whoop, like that. Okay, long one. Then the spider climbs up the wall. Make sense? Okay, so spider starts low, switch, and climb. Okay, so first one, the spider starts low, which is these two down here. Okay, the spider starts low. So 2 times 2, 2 times 2 minus negative 5 times 3. Okay, the spider starts low at the floor. Okay, next one, the spider reaches. Smriti, can help me here? Yes, there's a minus in front. Very good. Okay, 3 times 2, very good. Minus negative 5 times negative 5, very good. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, sorry, got a lot of lines, but hopefully you can see the color. A is 3 times 3 minus 2 times negative 5. Okay, why is there a negative in the middle? Okay, the spider's natural form is like that, right? Okay, if the spider were to walk around like that every day, the spider will be very tired. So the spider will be feeling very negative, very sad. So the spider likes to walk like that. Okay? So if it's the first form or the third form, here or here, doesn't matter. But if it's like that, okay, the spider will be very negative. That's why I got the negative sign. Okay, and your answer should be 19, 19, 19. Okay, which is parallel to 111. Okay, that's how we got the 111. Okay. Okay. Okay, last one. Okay, last one, it says that all three planes meet in the line L, find the value of A and B. Okay, so let's write this down because I like to write this understanding as we move along. Okay, if P3 meets at L, then okay, the direction of P3 is the normal of P3 okay, is parallel. No, it's perpendicular to the direction of L. Okay, so if you remember, let's look at our this thing, right? Okay, if the plane lies here, if the last plane lies here, okay, the plane is parallel to the line. So the normal, which is my finger here, I cannot point a good finger. So my finger, you get it lah, okay? My finger, okay, is perpendicular to the direction of this line. Does that make sense? Okay, this finger is perpendicular to this direction. So if I were to, wow, sorry man. Okay, so if I were to dot it, then it will be 0. Okay, if you were to dot it, then it will be 0. So let's take N3. N3 is 17A, 17.5A dot the direction, which is 111 equals to 0. 17, 5A, yes. Does it make sense? Okay, so 17 plus 5 plus A is 0. Okay, can you help me? What is A? Negative 22, very good. Okay, so this helps us to find A. Okay, last one will be to find B. How to find B? Okay, B is a bit tricky. Okay, can we think about it for a while? How to find B? Okay, so one of the things that they told us is that it meets at L, right? So again, if P3 meets at L, okay, means okay, the A of the L lies on P3. Does that make sense? If P3 meets at L, the A that I used in my line will also lie on the plane. So in this case, I have 1, 0, 0 lies on P3. Okay, where did I get 1, 0, 0 from? Here. Okay, so now I can just do dot product 1, 0, 0. So 1, 0, 0 dot 17, 5A is B. Okay, so what is B? Yes, correct. The person that mouthed it out. Thank you. B is 17. Clear? Okay, so let's use whatever that we learned so far to solve a very simple question, just to check for your understanding, okay? What I like to do is to use random numbers to show that I have not done this question before, because you are going to give me the question, okay? Needy, 3 numbers. Sorry, man, I just remember your name the easiest. Oh, you want to change? Okay, change. 3. Oh, that's so much more interesting than 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, come, go on this way, Nabila. One number. 20. Okay, come. One number. 3 numbers. I'll remember. Yeah, come. 3 numbers. Okay, a bit too big. Like lesser than 20 can. Negative 20 to 20. 100 too big. 18 minus 18. 7. Wow, I like this. Okay. Number 20. Oh, all your numbers so big now. Okay, no 20 can. Cause 20, 20 the same. Let's do negative 20. Okay. Okay, last one. Come, last one. 3 numbers. Oh, okay. And number? Okay, come. Okay, so we are going to try one, which is easy, okay? Then the other two, which is a very common question that the school will ask. Okay? First question is find the intersection points, okay, of the 3 planes. Okay, they should intersect at one point because they are very different. Okay, part 2, okay, find the line of intersection, okay, of P1 and P2, okay, P2 and P3. Can I give you 7 minutes for this? Okay, basically just press GC. Okay, but I want you all to know how to press GC and how to read the GC. Then there's one part that I want to touch on.
Some of you are wondering, why my answer so ugly? Okay, your answer is ugly because the numbers are ugly. Okay, so the teachers, when they set question, they really set like that. They really just anyhow try, then they will find the answer. If the answer is like not that ugly, okay, then this is my question. But if the question like super, super ugly, then they change a little bit. It's like that one. That's how they set. Okay, everybody try. Okay, everybody try. Okay, those online, if you want me to check your answer, you can also type it out. Then we can check. Okay, some of us answered question 2. Let's give it a while more. Wow! Wow, so fast and so big. Okay, answers. Okay, those that got answers can volunteer, please. Don't waste time. Come. Try first one. Don't shy. Okay, next. The one at the back. Do you have the answers for the line? First line. Okay. First line. 65 over 26. Wait, 26 or 36? 36. 35 over 12. 0. Wow, so nice. Like that? Okay, last one. Close one. Okay, plus. Like that? Okay. Okay, very good. Now, the answers are obviously ugly because we are using random numbers. What we're trying to do here is not to check whether or not the answers are correct, okay? But for me to check whether or not you know how to do. Okay? Whether you understand the formula. Now, I want to touch on one thing that I haven't taught you all yet, and I think the schools will not teach you all, okay? So let's all pay attention to me, okay? What is this, and this? If you remember lah, based on what we did just now, what is this, and this? How did we get these three numbers? The coefficient of z, very good. So this coefficient of z, right? Can you all understand that it is like a ratio? When my z changes, my x and my y will also change. Does that make sense? It depends on what my z was in the first place. What was your z in your calculator? Just x3, right? Does that make sense? Now, if you were to continue the question, let's say for example, this is part 1, and there's still a part 2, part 3, part 4 at the back, and you give this as the answer, you will go crazy. Okay, of course, in the exam won't be like that, but in the exam might be 2 over 7, 1 over 49, something like that, which you will still go crazy. Make sense? Okay, so this is what I want to teach you all how to do. I'm going to change this fraction or this vector, this crazy looking vector, into something that is much more palatable. Okay, I'm going to change it to negative 161, negative 30, oh no, negative 105 and 144. Because it is a ratio between the x, the y, and the z, I don't need to keep it as a fraction. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope you all can see how I got the 105. Basically, it is 35 times 3. Does that make sense? To keep it as an integer, it will make my life much more easier to handle. So even this question, okay, this question is 216. So this question will be a bit easier to see, right? It will be negative 246, negative 163, and 216. Okay, of course, these answers are very ugly, but it's because we started with ugly numbers in the first place. Does that make sense? Okay, because it is a direction. A direction is a ratio between x, y, and z. So, in the exam, which is a lot more likely that you will see such an answer, okay? If in the exam you see something like that, okay, if in the exam you see something like that, please do not hesitate to multiply by 18. Okay? please do not hesitate to change this into multiply by 18. So negative 12, 8, and 3. Does that make sense? Obviously, the second one makes your life so much easier. Clear? Okay? Okay, if not, we are done with intersection. Hopefully, we don't need to do intersection again. Okay, so remember in future, if you ever do intersection question, you must use GC. Okay? Okay, next. Okay, refer to the origin O, the points A, B, and C have position vectors, this, and this. Okay, I told this to the previous class and they don't believe me, but I think over here, one of your schools might have already done it this year. Please do not be tricked by the question. Okay, what is the difference between this and this? Yeah. Can? Okay, so this one here is 315, but this one here is 135. Very good. Okay, so please do not be tricked by the question. Please make sure we keep our eyes open to look at how it is being presented to us. Okay, many schools don't do this, but it is not uncommon. It has come out before. Anyway, if they were to give you something like that, k minus 2i, this is something that's very obvious, right? This one, the answer is negative 201. So if the left one, they can come out, the right one, they can come out also. So just be careful, okay? But for this question, that's not my testing objective. I'm very kind. I put all the i's in front. So can we take 10 seconds to write out what is A, B, and C now? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody got this? Okay. So the question says, given that the acute angle between the x-axis and the line passing through AC is 60, find the value of alpha. Now remember what I said just now? Angle, what do I use? Cosine. Cosine is which formula? Cosine which formula? Which formula? Yes, dot product. Okay. So remember the dot product, A dot B equals to mod A mod B cosine theta. Okay. Okay. So the line passing through A and C, okay, this one is the x-axis, this one is 1, 0, 0. Okay, line passing through A and C, I will need to find AC. Okay, then this is square root 1. This is mod AC. Okay, and this is cosine 60. Okay, all I need to do is just to find alpha. Okay? Okay, so let's find AC first. AC is OC minus OA. Okay, which is 2 minus 3 alpha plus 1 square root 2. You know吗? Okay, come. Sure. Alpha square. Oh, you expanded already. Oh, okay, wait. Let me write out slowly because I want them to see. Okay, then cosine 60, which is half. Okay? Okay, so all I need to do is just to expand and solve for alpha. Okay, if you're okay, do yourself. If you're not okay, you can watch me as I do it. Okay, so multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so I'll get negative 2 equals to square root 3 plus alpha plus 1 square. Okay, so 4 equals to 3 plus alpha plus 1 square. 1 equals to alpha plus 1 square. Alpha plus 1 equals to plus minus 1. So alpha equals to 0 or minus 2. Need to reject? Why? Yes. Okay, a point lies on Q such that AQ is 3 units. Find the two possible position vectors of Q. Okay, so remember that if it lies on L, then it has to follow the equation of L, right? We did that just now. Okay, everyone able to find the line vector for L? Okay, so passes through A and B, so let's find AB first. Okay, so AB, okay, is OB minus OA. Okay, so this is 534 minus 3 minus 1, 0, which gives me 244. Okay, so the line AB, okay, is 3 negative 1, 0 plus lambda 244. Okay, some people ask, can I use B for this? What's the answer? Can I use OB here instead of using OA? Yes or no? Yes? Of course, I can use because it's a fixed point, right? Okay, but I will prefer to use OA. Why? I can use OB, but the preference is to use OA. Why? Pardon? There's a 0. Okay, good, good, possible. There's another very, very important reason why I would like to use OA. So in this question, what is this for some lambda? OQ takes on this form, right? Does that make sense? How do I want to find AQ? Since that is my question. What is AQ? Oh, AQ is OQ minus OA. Do you see that I actually remove the OA? Because inside the OQ, there's an OA, right? And then I'm going to subtract away the OA. So this will give me lambda 244, which is so much easier to count. Does that make sense? If you were to use OB, it will still work, but it will be a bit harder because there will be a lot of different constants involved. Like there will be a lambda square and there will be lambdas also. Okay, so it's better for you to use OA even though the other way also works. So mod AQ, okay, is 3 units. So I have 4 lambda square plus 16 lambda square plus 16 lambda square is 3. Okay, 36 lambda square is 9. So lambda square is 1/4 and lambda equals to plus minus half. Okay, and I will use this to find OQ. like that. Can I repeat the reason to use OA? Okay, because if I see, if you look here for AQ, right? Okay, AQ is OQ minus OA. So if within OQ I used OA to define OQ, then when I minus OA, I will remove this. So I'll be only left with the direction part. Okay, but if you used OB, if this was OB, okay, and you minus OA, then you don't remove the vector completely. You just like turn it into another vector. Okay, so OA is preferred in this case. But of course, if you sway, you end up using OB, never mind lah, also can. Okay, the plane pi containing A has equation x plus 2z equals to 3. So let's draw this x plus 2z equals to 3. Do I have? No, I don't. Okay, x plus 2z equals to 3. Okay, does everybody understand how I get 102? X plus 2z equals to 3. Okay, find the position vector of the point F on pi that is closest to B. So I want to be able to find B, and this is F. Okay, so this is the same question that I gave you all just now, right? Okay, let's apply what we did just now together. So this is a line, okay, and the line wants to cut through into pi. So since since F lies on pi, see on pi, yes, pi, okay, then OF dot N equals to D. Right? We did this just now. Okay, so let's use what is being given to us already. So OF A dot 102 is 3. Okay, let's try to find the line. So the line BF, okay, is 102 plus lambda, is B. What is B? B is 534. So R is 534 plus lambda 102. Okay. And since F lies on the line also, okay, then OF also is 534 plus lambda 102 for some value of lambda. Okay, so this is what we learned previously on page 5. What do I do next? Dot product. Which dot product? Okay, then yes. Okay, so if you can see, I just need to put this into this. Right? Then I solve it simultaneously. Okay, can we all try first and then tell me what your lambda is? Okay, I'll go around and help some people. Okay, you all going to get lambda equal to -2. Okay, for the sake of some of us, I will do with you all, okay? Okay, so sometimes it is good for us to combine this into one fraction. Like that. Okay, if this helps you, please combine into a fraction, okay? But if you feel it's a waste of time, then don't need to write, it's okay. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to be able to achieve your dot product. Like this. Okay, you want to be able to achieve your dot product. So you will get 5 plus lambda plus 8 plus 4 lambda is 3. Okay, so 13 plus 5 lambda is 3. 5 lambda is -10, so lambda is -2. Okay, but did they ask you for lambda? Right. So what do you need to do with the lambda? Yes, very good. So you need to substitute, right? So OF equals to 534 minus 2102, okay, which is 330. I like the cheese one, but they stopped buying. Do you know it's Kavi? Kavi. Yeah. She comes from my night class. RJ. No. RJ only Kavi. I have a lot of SA kids. Yeah, I have a lot of SA kids. Sophia is from SA. Haising is from SA. Matthew is from SA. I got SA? No, right? You YI, right? YI, right? Then who else? Matthew? How is he? How is he as a person? He looks very mysterious. Huh? Chill. Yeah. You know who is Matthew or not? How do you not know who is Matthew? He's the guy that comes to our morning class. He's the only guy in the morning class. Yeah. Solid guy. Very true. Then who else? There's another girl from SA. Chloe. Chloe is from SA. In Christian club. Small cute white color one. Yeah. Where are you from SA? Mei. Where are you from? TM. Hey, you also from TM. You all know each other? Oh. Okay, last one come. Oh my god, we only question 2. Dang. Okay, question 3. Oh, you thought we're done? Okay, so for question 2, okay, we're going to use the same concept that we did just now, okay, which is the perpendicular, right? Okay, how many of you all are comfortable with, not comfortable with ratio theorem? You all prefer that one, the angle, the same vector one? No? Okay, then we use ratio theorem again. Okay. Okay. So what is interesting here is that because we are trying to rotate about the line, and we know that A lies on the line, so we're going to rotate using A. Okay, anyway, they want us to find the vector equation on the line. So what we know is that AF equals to AB plus AB prime over 2. Okay, AF equals to AB plus AB prime over 2. Okay, but of course, this is not a very smart way to do it. Okay, because then you will need to find a lot of A's. So actually, I purposely made y'all copy this so that y'all will feel stupid. Okay, what y'all want is y'all want OF equals to OB plus OB prime over 2. Okay? Intentional, okay? Because I don't want y'all to just think about it using the line, okay? You can also draw it to get towards the origin like this. Okay, you can also draw it towards the origin like this. Okay? Okay, so let's manipulate to find OB prime, sorry. Okay, so OB prime, okay, is 2OF minus OB. Okay, so let's put it in. OF is 660, okay, and OB is 534. So my OB prime will be 1, 3, negative 4. Okay, so now we just need to connect AB prime. So AB prime is 1, 3, negative 4 minus 3, negative 1, 0. Okay, which gives me negative 2, 4, negative 4. Okay, and this will be my direction. So then we can form our line. So L is OA plus lambda -2, 4, -4. Okay. Okay, if not, let's take a short break. I think when we come back, let's do integration. How long do you need? Up to me. 1 minute. 5, 10, 10, 8. Okay, 8 minutes. Okay, we come back at 4:10. The clock just turned 4:02. You want to go out buy food? Is it? Go where? Solid. Good choice. Okay, for those who are coming, for those who are online, let's come back at 4:10. Okay. Followed by milk and okay. Yakult.
I don't know what that is.
Is it Yakult?
No, it's yoni.
What is Yui?
I don't know, it's a good probiotic thing, but it just tastes good. So I just like,
I didn't taste like Yakult.
yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Not yet. 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Hey,
Hopefully tomorrow can you down here. Tomorrow we don't here. Right? It's going to be done around. Okay, shall we start? Okay, wait, we start in 1 minute. All right, come. Let's do this question 3 first before we move on to integration. Because I realized that this question 3 requires something that I taught you just now, but I didn't really cover on it. Okay. Okay, this question 3 is a very advanced question because it requires us to use equations that we already know, concepts that we already know, but it doesn't really tie everything together very nicely. So we need to be able to extract out all those information by ourselves, which is quite difficult, okay? Only for part 1. Okay, for part 2, 3, 4, 5, quite manageable. So we try by ourselves, and then you all can go back and look at the answers online. Can? Okay, so the plane P1 has equation negative 6x minus 4y plus 2z equals to 4, right? Can you give me the normal? Try. I know you never learned before, but can you give me the normal of the plane? Any idea? Don't know, never mind, it's okay. I just want to just let you try. Normal of the plane. So just take the coefficients of the numbers in front here. So what will be my normal? Yeah, very good. Negative 6, 4, 2. Okay. So this plane has the normal negative 6, negative 4, and 2. Okay. Now, find the vector equation for the planes that the perpendicular distance is 10 units. Okay. Now, I got a very important question. If I have two planes that are not parallel, what is the perpendicular distance? Think about it. Think first. If I have two planes that are not parallel, what is the perpendicular distance? Came out as a trick question before. Two planes that are not parallel, what is the perpendicular distance? How many? Try. Huh? D over N? What? No perpendicular distance or low perpendicular distance? No perpendicular distance. Why? Yes. If I have two planes that are not parallel, right? Two planes that are not parallel. One plane here, one plane here. Are they parallel? Parallel means like that, right? So they are not parallel. What is the perpendicular distance? So a lot of people have this misconception of planes that it is bounded just by like one piece of paper, or it is bounded by like this rectangle that I draw on the screen. Actually, it is not. It is an infinite plane, meaning to say it goes on for infinity. So if let's say I say this table is my plane, right? This is also part of the plane. It extends forever. Does that make sense? This also extends forward forever. It will touch you. This will extend towards me. It will touch me. So when I have two planes that are non-parallel, what is the shortest distance between them? 0. Because they will, yeah, I'm not doing this properly. They will cut somewhere. Make sense? And they will actually cut at a line. Make sense? But when they cut, the shortest distance between them will be 0. Clear? So this is a trick question. What is the shortest distance? The distance is 0. Now, when I have parallel planes, now will they cut? They will not cut each other. So now I have a distance. Does that make sense? Which is what this question is asking. Clear? Okay, cool. So now we get the idea that there are two planes and they are parallel. Okay, they are parallel. I have two parallel planes. Okay, let's call the first plane P1 and the second plane P2. Okay, let's discover this together because this is a very difficult question. Okay, now if I have a point on P1, let's just call this R1. Okay, what formula does R1 obey? What formula does R1 obey? Or what equation does R1 obey? Since R1 is on P1. Yes, very good. It obeys the equation. And I will just write it down for us to be able to understand when we revise this again, okay? So since R1 lies on P1, okay, I know that R1 dot minus 6 minus 4, 2 is 4. Okay, this is what I know. Okay, okay. Now, of course, I will have another point R2. Okay, and I can write the same thing. Since R2 lies on P2, okay, R2 dot minus 6 minus 4, 2 equals to D. Okay, I don't know what D is. Okay, if you don't want to use D, you can use K. Okay, anything. Okay, let's not use K because the next question got K. So let's just use T. Does this make sense? Okay, so have I taught you anything new yet? So far, not a very new concept, right? I'm still using the equation of plane. Make sense? Okay, so this is what I said lah. We try to condense everything we learn into a few main things. So how can I find this distance? Okay, we're going to use something that we learned in vectors 2. It's not even that cheap, okay? And I'm going to find the length of projection. Can you see the length of projection? I am projecting this red vector onto this blue vector. So this blue vector is the length of projection. Can see? Okay. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees just so that it's easier for us to see. Okay. You don't need to draw the second one. It is just for you to see. So let's say I rotate. Okay. So this will now be my blue color. Right. And then I have one red color here. And one red color here. Can you see the length of projection? Okay, if I rotated it. Okay, so all I need to do now is I just need to find this vector. That's all. If I can find this vector, I can find the length of projection. Make sense? Okay, so what is this vector? Now, this is something that we learned in Sec 4. So actually, there are a lot of concepts that we already know. It's just that we don't know where is it in our brain. We just need to pull it out, right? Length of projection, we learned in vectors 2. Okay, how to find this red one, we actually learned in Sec 4. Shivani looks at me as though she's confident that she's able to answer my question accurately. And I have faith. Pythagoras, good try though. No, but very good try. In some questions, I think we can use Pythagoras. How to find the vector R2 and R to R1, this vector. I want vector because I want to be able to dot to use length of projection. How to find the vector? Pardon? Guess? Guess? Yes. Can. I can guess. I can guess R1, but I cannot guess R2. Cause if I cannot guess R2, cause I can guess R2. Okay, so that's actually a very good approach. If I were to guess R1 and I guess R2, I can find R2 minus R1. Make sense? Okay, so let's just run with Nidi's suggestion for a while, but that's not the one that I want to use. Okay, if we were to run with it, a possible R1 is maybe 0, -1, 0, correct? And a possible R2, okay, is maybe 0, 0, and d over 2. Make sense? Okay, so this is very possible. Then I can just find the vector. That's a very good suggestion. I've never thought about that. Good, very good. Okay, actually that suggestion would be easier than my method. Yeah, honestly. Okay, but let's try to use this method. Okay. Okay, any idea? Sec 4, come. Think. How to find this vector? I give you a clue. Okay, I draw for you this point. Okay, how to find? In case you cannot see, I draw an O down here. How to find? Yeah, right. So can you see that it's the same as the triangle? Okay, if I were to draw this, can see? Right, if I want this direction, right, it's the same as from here to here. Make sense? Triangle addition. So this is actually R2, no, negative R2 plus R1. Right, negative R2 plus R1. Okay. So let's do length of projection now. Length of projection, okay, is R1 minus R2 dot n over mod n. It is the formula, okay? If you remember the length of projection formula, okay? Okay. So we can expand this. This will give me R1 dot n minus R2 dot n over mod n. Okay, and can you give me the next line? Yes. Okay, so the question says that the length is 10 units. So all I need to do now is just to solve for d. Make sense? I just need to solve for d. So 4 minus d over square root 52 is 10. So mod 4 minus d is 10 square root 52, okay? Which is also 20 square root 14. Okay, whoever set this paper probably set it in 2014. I'm not even kidding. It's like an internal joke, you know. It's like it's like if the year is 2023 and then you do the A-level paper, then suddenly like 2023 come on, right? Math teachers like a bit like, yeah. This year when I set my school's EOI also, I also purposely put like 2024 fish on it. Nah, see you there. Haha. Okay, come. So D. So 4 minus D is this. Okay, or 4 plus D is this. Hey, what 4 plus D? What the hell? D minus 4. Okay, so D is 4 minus 20 square root 14, or D equals to 4 plus 20 square root 14. Okay, so these are my two values of D. Okay, and the question said, find the vector equations, right? So therefore, we have R dot minus 6 minus 4, 2 equals to 4 minus 20 square root 14, or R dot minus 6 minus 4, 2 equals to 4 plus 20 square root 14. Okay, so these are my two answers. Okay. Can? Okay, then the next 4 parts we go back and do. Okay, next we will do integration for another 1 hour. Can? Who not tested on integration? Yes. Tested? Not tested. Okay, tested? Not tested. Okay, so this is why I put, do you have the solutions? Yes. I send you all later. Okay, so the reason why I put integration as a shorter topic is because there are a lot of people not tested on integration. Okay, but more people are tested on vectors. Can? Who not tested on vectors? Yeah, so lesser lah, lesser. Okay, integration somehow a lot of schools will test. Okay, let's do integration. Let's flip to the earlier pages. Okay, let's flip to page 6. No, 10. 10. I will use a fresh page. I don't need you all to. Okay, so this one, yeah, I'm quite a opposite kind of teacher. Okay, I usually like to teach a bit different from how your schools teach, because I don't think that the way the schools teach is the most efficient. Okay, so what I'm going to cover today, if it confuses you a little bit, I hope you are able to use it in some way or other. Okay, I want you all to reset your brain to before you all learn integration in Sec 4. Because if you all are thinking the Sec 4 way, it will be very difficult to do integration. Trust me. Okay. So how we learn integration in Sec 4 is this. If I integrate sine 3x plus 1, what's my answer? Huh? Cos, right? Integrate sine is negative cos, right? So a lot of us will tell me that my answer is negative cos 3x plus 1 over 3 plus c. Correct? Can? Okay, if you cannot see this, never mind. If you can see this, good. But I need you to rewire. I don't want you to write this anymore. Or rather, I recommend my students not to write. If after today you're not my student, never mind lah, okay? But if you are, please don't write. Can? Don't write, ah? You next year. No, this year. Don't write. Cannot. Cannot. Okay? Why cannot? Because you are training your brain to do something different from what is the correct thing. Integrating this is that, but it is a coincidence. What is the right way of integration? The right way of integration is to think that differentiation and integration are opposite. So if you think about it, what is the differential of cosine 3x plus 1? What is the differential? Yes, minus 3 sine 3x plus 1. Correct? This is what we know. This is what we learn. We got learn with the fraction in front? Don't have. So don't think of it that way. Does that make sense? Don't think of it that way. So You only learn integrate sine is negative cosine. Integrate cosine is sine. That's all you need to know. But in front, I need you to learn this new concept that it must have the differentiated form. So if inside is 3x plus 1, what needs to be outside? 3. You must have the 3 there. So why is it 1/3? Because if I were to write it like this, and I put my 3 outside, did I change the question? I did. This is no number. This got 3, right? So what do I need to do to be able to neutralize or to compensate for this 3 that I added in? I add a 1/3. Very good. Then I add the 1/3 in front. Does that make sense? So this is where the 1/3 came from. So when you integrate 3 sine 3x plus 1 dx, oh, it's not 3, it's negative 3, right? So I'll add the negative also. So I will add the negative here, and I'll add the negative here. So when you integrate negative 3 sine 3x plus 1 dx, your answer is negative cosine 3x plus 1. Okay, cosine 3x plus 1. Okay, and then the negative and the 1/3 came in front. Does that make sense? Now, why is it so important for us to learn this rewiring? It's because if you don't learn to rewire, this question you cannot do. I repeat, if you don't learn to rewire, this question cannot do. This question also cannot do. Serious. Now, why do we need to rewire? If we rewire, you won't see this as by parts. You won't see this as by parts. But if you don't rewire, the first thing you will think is by parts. Because you got two terms that are different. One is algebra, one is trigo. One is trigo, one is exponential. So if you do by parts, you will never get the answer. Because you will keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You will never finish. Clear? Okay? So you must learn to rewire. How to rewire? What is inside here? What is the biggest function here? The biggest function is my trigo. Make sense? So what am I integrating? I am integrating my trigo. Must remember that, the biggest one is my trigo. I am integrating my trigo. So what is the integral of cosine? Sine. So at the end, there must be a sine. Clear? Okay. So what is inside the cosine? It is x squared. So what do I need outside? 2x. So when I put my 2 here, and I neutralize with my half, I am done. This is fx. Outside here is f prime x. So I'm integrating this whole thing. My answer is half sine x squared. Make sense? Can? Same as this. This is even easier. One step only. On top here is fx. Below here is f prime x. You are done. Answer is e sine x. Make sense? That's why we need to rewire our brains. If you can take this away from today's lesson, your integration will improve exponentially after you practice. Because then you'll be able to spot it a lot faster. Does that make sense? But if you don't practice, then cannot lah. Then you will learn today, tomorrow you'll forget that it exists. How ma? Okay? Okay. So I have given you all a few practices here. Okay, let's try these few practices. Page, where is it? Is it not here? I thought it was. Yes, this page. Page 10. Okay, so this one, the biggest function here is my power. Okay, so we are integrating my power. I'm integrating the power. Okay, so inside here will be fx. Okay, I want my outside to be f prime x. Okay, the moment it's done, the only thing I'm going to integrate is my power. So how to integrate power is power plus 1 divided by new power. Clear? Okay. Okay, next. This one is also power. Okay, but this one, the power is -1. Okay, and this one for me to integrate is ln. So below will be fx, on top will be f prime x. So the answer is ln 2x plus 3. Okay? Okay, can we try the rest ourselves? Identify which is the main thing you're trying to differentiate. Okay? If you can identify the main thing, then it'll be easier to do. Okay, if you need more, I will give 1 or 2 more to like rack your brains a little bit. If you're done, you can try the 2 green questions on the board. Slightly harder than what is given on the notes. Okay, after this, then we will jump straight into substitution and by parts. Square. Oh no, sorry, for the two of you, I gave this question already. Remember how to do? Oh, okay. There's a new question then. This is my favorite question. Like every time I teach integration, I just give this question. Because everybody will know how to do. Huh? As you wait what? You copy the blue and the orange thing. Then you never solve. You got 1 minute to cook. Who needs a hint for any question? Let me know. Okay. Okay, question. Okay, let me write down the answers for the 4 here. Then let's go through the trigo a bit slower, okay? Because this one will take a while. So the answers are E5x plus C half E. Oh, let me not do the half. Okay, so this one is integral of 2E2x plus 3 Okay, that's how I get half EX plus 3. Okay, then this one I already have the correct form, so is 3x over ln 3 plus c. Okay, and the last one, I need a in front. Okay, so this is 1 over a times 7ax plus b over ln a plus c. Can? Okay, for these two questions, let me just give you the answer. If you need me to go through later, find me after class, can? So that we can do substitution and by parts together, okay? This one is tangent to the power of 6 over 6. And this one is sine to the power of 5 over 5. Okay, so the main function here is my powers. Okay, if you are able to identify that the main function is the power, then very good. Okay, if not, question? No? You only harder one? Yes. Why are you jealous? Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry, sis. What is the question that I gave you? 10x secant 7x, is it? Okay, for her, since the question a bit harder, I will write one working step. Okay? Can? So for this, oh my god, I wrote for cosine also. Okay, so this is secant 7 over 7. Okay, if you need harder ones, can tell me. I got a lot. All my cosecant and cotangent is all killer questions. Okay, this is only sine, cosine, tangent only. I give you cosecant, cotangent, which is what your schools will do. Everybody all dropped it. Can? Okay, come. Let's move on to question 4 for us to start our question 4. Okay, I'm only going to do the part A and part B. Okay, cx plus d. This one can you all write? C is 2, d is 1. No, it's not. Oh my lord. C is 0, D is C is 0, D is 3. Very good. Yes. Good job. Who said that? You check what? Okay, wait. No. Since you are all loving ChatGPT, right? Can I just suggest to you something? And I hope that you all will learn. Please, okay. Please don't use ChatGPT for math. As in, like, I'm not saying don't use AI. I'm going to teach you to use AI, but don't use ChatGPT. Reason is because I'm sure most of you all know this. ChatGPT is a language model. Meaning to say, when it converts everything into like points for them to take reference from, right? So it's a different learning model from math models. So when you feed ChatGPT into math, how it answers you is how it has been fed in the past. So if people feed it the wrong things, they will give you wrong stuff, especially for math. So for example, there was one time I remember we tried to ask ChatGPT whether or not I can solve a cubic equation. The cubic equation was quite easy one. Basically, like the answer looks something like that lah. Like quite simple, something like that lah. I don't know. Okay, so the answer should be 3 half and negative 1/3, right? The ChatGPT gave me one solution correct, which is 3. and the other two they gave me imaginary numbers, which is totally wrong, right? If they give me real numbers, maybe a little bit careless, but they give me imaginary numbers, which is completely wrong. So can y'all please don't use ChatGPT, okay? Instead, can y'all use this website? It's called Wolf. Okay, can y'all use Wolfram Alpha? WOL, Wolf. Okay, RAM, computer RAM, or the bus RAM into the, oh my god, almost said RAM into the person. The bus RAM into the bus, RAM, okay, and alpha, okay, alpha, okay, not fish, alpha. Okay, Wolfram Alpha. So how Wolfram Alpha works is that it is like Desmos, or it is like a calculator. When you feed it stuff, it will calculate things like how a calculator was designed. So it is meant for math. So for example, if you want to do partial fractions, just say express in partial fractions, and it will give you partial fractions. Or for example, this equals to 0. Solve for x. Then it will solve for you. Make sense? So it's just the typing that's a bit leceh lah, but it will give you accurate results to 100 dp. Okay, so don't use ChatGPT, please. Okay, come. So use the substitution to find this. Okay, I think this question is very interesting because the end will kill people, because most of us can't do the last part. Okay, but the first part is just the idea of using substitution. Oh, who haven't learned this substitution yet? Okay, only two of you. So let's do this together. Basically, the idea is I want to change. Okay, I want to change all the x to theta. Okay, I want to change all my x to theta. Okay, can Nidhi tell me what is 3x plus 5 if I were to change it to theta? Okay, then how about the denominator? Yes. Okay. Okay, then I need you to write this thing for every question, regardless whether you like it or not. Okay, you will write dx, d theta. Okay, which one do you write first? You will write dx first. Does that make sense? You will write dx first. Why must you write dx first? Because the original question was dx, so it must be dx. But when I integrate now, I'm not integrating with respect to x. I'm integrating with respect to theta. So I will need to add a d theta, d theta. That makes sense? These two d thetas will cancel out. Not by fraction, but by chain rule. Okay? So now let's find what is dx d theta. Can you find for me what is dx d theta? Differentiate, bro. So x is 2 tangent theta. What is dx d theta? Yeah, 2 secant square theta. Very good. Okay. Okay, so let's write this out in full. 6 tangent theta plus 5. Okay, I'm going to jump a bit of steps so that we can save some time, okay? 2 square root secant square x. Okay, I think that's a bit too many jumps. 1 plus tangent square x. Then 2 secant square theta d theta. Okay. Okay, anyone remember what is 1 plus tangent square x? Yeah, 1 plus tangent square theta is secant square theta. Okay, this is a formula. So I will change this to 6 tangent theta plus 5 over 2 secant theta times 2 secant square theta. Okay, then we will just expand. So this will give me 6 secant theta tangent theta plus 5 secant theta. Okay, my 2 and 2 got cancel out. 2 secant theta plus 5 over 2 secant theta. Okay, my 2 and 2 got cancel out. 2 and 2 got cancel out. Okay, my 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 2 and 2 got canc k d theta. Okay, sadly to say all this 1 mark. Okay, JC marks not easy to get. Yeah, very stressed. So all the marks that are easy to get, like functions, equations, all must get lah, right? This kind of integration, long, then 1 mark. Okay, so this is the easy part. After this, if you don't know how to integrate this and you don't know how to integrate this, then die already. Okay, but actually very simple. It's all in your MF 15. 15 block. 15 my time. MF 27. Yeah, my year was MF 15. So every time I say MF, my brain has conditioned myself to say 15. You know why? Because every year I teach, the number get bigger and bigger, right? So from 15 to 16 to 17 to 18 to 19, now it's 27. My J2s is 26. So it's like every year change, but the only constant that's in my mind is 15. So every time I'll say MF 15, but it's not 15, okay? Now y'all can infer how old I am. Okay, so let's use integration. Okay, this is 6 secant theta plus 5 ln, sorry, I don't know what's the answer. 5 ln what? Oh, I know. 5 ln secant theta plus tangent theta plus C. Okay? Now, you all learn this in Sec 4. So I'm going to ask you all. This is my final answer. Why, Shivani? Yes, very good. You must sub back X, right? But damn crazy, right? I only know X equals to 2 tangent theta. So essentially, tangent theta is X over 2. How am I going to get secant? How to sub? I only know that this guy is X over 2. How am I going to get secant theta? Okay, so this is my own trick. I mean, it's not my trick, okay? A lot of math teachers do this, but what your schools will teach you is that they want you to use identities. You know what identities? Like tangent square, secant square, cotangent square. They want you to use identities, but I know y'all okay? I know y'all are not good with identities right? Y'all don't know what is tangent square, don't know what is secant square. Honestly, if you ask me what is tangent square, I still need to look at the MF. I don't know whether is it secant square minus 1 plus 1 or 1 minus secant square or 1 plus, I cannot remember, I must look, okay? So I'm also not strong with this. So I'm going to teach you my method, which some teachers use, not all, okay? Because they feel it's too long. But I like it because it's easy, right? Everybody learn this in Sec 3, right? No, sorry, you all learn this in Sec 2. Right? What is tangent theta? Opposite over adjacent. So what is my opposite? X. What is my adjacent? 2. So what is my hypotenuse? X squared plus 4. Very good. Right? So secant theta is also 1 over cosine theta. Do I know what is cosine theta? Can find, right? Cosine theta is 2 over square root x squared plus 4. So I don't know why teachers don't like this method. To me, it's so fast and so easy. I don't need to use identities at all. Okay, I just use Pythagoras theorem and Tuakaso. So my answer will be 6 times of square root x squared plus 2, x squared plus 4 over 2 plus 5 ln square root x squared plus 4 over 2 plus x over 2 plus c. Okay, so answer will be 3 square root x squared plus 4 plus 5 ln square root x squared plus 4 plus x over 2 plus c. Okay, looks complicated. It is really not. It is just Tuakaso. Okay, so if there's anything you need to take away from this question, it is this, right? So simple, so efficient. Okay, I will not use very elegant, very mindful. Cannot take that. I cannot take that trend. I want to shoot myself. When SPF, do you see the police force did it? Do you see the police force did it? When I saw the police force did it, I wanted to cry. So basically, it was this it was the cameraman in the car. There's a cameraman in the car. Then they were driving past this person getting arrested, right? So as the car drove past, then the camera will pan, right? Then it will pan. Then the moment the thing goes out of view, then they will go to the back seat. Then the policewoman will be sitting in the back seat. See how we arrested that man? Very elegant, very mindful, very considerate. I almost throw my phone now. Walao eh. Damn annoying. Who else did it? Oh, a lot of people did it. It got annoying. Yeah. So if anybody use that right later on me, like what? Wait, you all use Instagram notes? Who uses Instagram notes? You so real, really like I cannot think the yeah. If later any one of you when before you all leave, you all like thank you. Hey, who on TikTok? Hurry up, what's the trend before this? No, it was so annoying. What was it? What was the trend before? Very good, very elegant, very mindful. What? Croquette? No. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. You all know? Those not on TikTok, never mind, don't learn, okay? Don't waste your time. Wow, very annoying, super annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slap you. Like it appeared all over my feed. Everything I scroll, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one, 1, 2, 3. Next one, 1, 2, 3. Wow, just non-stop. Everything all 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4B part double I. Okay, should be quite fast this one. Okay, basically, it is if you know it exists, you can solve. If you don't know it exists, cannot solve. Okay, so CX plus D is 3. Okay, so let me write out. Okay, come. Very fast. Okay, I can do it in 1 minute if I want to. Okay, can we all write down here or in your notes or anywhere, every time you see a fraction, okay, what do you look out for? Improper, proper, good. That's number 1. Second one, the moment it is proper, what do you look out for? If it is integration. Complete the square is the next part, but what do I look out for first? No. After it is proper, what do I look out for a fraction? I just did this just now. Try. Okay, the moment I see a fraction, you look out for this. Can you all write this down? After it is proper lah, okay? Step 1, it must be proper lah, okay? If it's not proper, go into long division. Step 2, look out for this, okay? If it is an integral. Okay, if you are able to find that if it is an integral, your life will be so much easier. Okay, so can you tell me what is the differentiated version of the bottom? 2x plus 2, very good. So my on top is supposed to be 2x plus 2. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to write down the next step and I'm going to skip a little bit. Okay, try to follow me. This is 2x plus 2 over x squared plus 2x plus 3 minus 1 over x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to take out the constant because I don't like it. Okay, plus 3, 1 over 4x squared minus 9. Okay, so the moment you have f prime x over fx, you are clear. This is done. Finish already. Log. Okay, first fraction is gone. Done already. Clear? Okay. Now the other two, the only thing I can advise you is the moment you see a quadratic, okay, if be on top is a number, okay, and below is a quadratic, okay, you will need to complete the square. Must. Okay, cannot complete the square, go back and practice, please. Because complete the square is a very important skill that you need. Okay, okay, I will also skip the steps for completing the square. Okay, so this is done already. This is done. Minus 1 over x plus 1 square plus root 2 square plus 3 times of 1 over 2x square minus 3 square. Okay, I will not write root 2 square because I think it will confuse you. I will just write 2. Clear? Okay, now before I move on, I need to do something. And this is exactly why I taught you this at the start of the lesson. You must be able to identify your f prime x. If you don't have f prime x, every question you do will be wrong. Trust me. Because the teachers are out to not give you free marks. Nobody wants to give you free marks. They want to see you fail. You know why? Because if you fail, then you'll be scared. You scared, then you study harder. You are J1 only, ma. Fail, never mind. Serious, I'm not kidding. I would love to see my J1s fail. Not really, okay? But they will want to see you fail, usually. So, out of these 3 fractions, one of them is not done yet. Why? I know you didn't get it. You don't know math. Okay, so out of these 3 fractions, which one is not done? The third one. Why? The 2, very good. Can you see that this x plus 1? What is the differentiated version of x plus 1? 1. So this is settled. Does that make sense? What is the differentiated version of 2x? 2. So on top has to be 2. Then I neutralize with the half. Does that make sense? If you don't learn this, every integration will be wrong. Clear? Okay, so since we are done, then all we need to do is just to use MF27. Okay, I will try my best to remember. If I remember wrongly, please tell me. Okay, ln x squared plus 2x plus 3 minus 1 over a tangent inverse x over a plus 3 over 2, 1 over 2a ln, okay, this one I forgot. Is it x plus a over x minus a or x minus a over x plus a? Can someone please? Never mind, I check for you. Is it x minus a over x plus a or x plus a over x minus a? Over x plus a? Okay, so x minus a over x plus a plus c. Does this make sense? Can? Okay, so not a overly complicated question, okay? It's just tedious because I got 3 parts. Now, out of these 3 fractions, okay, I need you to check with your teachers before your exam. All of us that take integration here, can you please take Monday to check with your teachers, okay? Please, please. Because if I teach you and I teach you wrong, it's my fault. So please ask your teachers. Each fraction here, there is something that you must change. Some schools need to change, some schools don't need to change. I don't know what is your school, so I will just tell you my stance. Okay? My stance is change everything, because that is safe. But if your school doesn't need, then you don't need to waste the time. Clear? Okay, so this confirm must change. I can bet my whole life assets, this one must change. This one is 1/4. Can? I don't need to explain this, right? Okay. Okay, how about the other 2? It depends on the school. Okay? Some schools want you to write this. Why? Very good, because this guy in the middle cannot be negative. As in, it's supposed to be mod. But x squared plus 2x plus 3 is positive. When you complete the square, I completed the square here, right? This is always positive. So does this modulus, is it required? It's not required. So some schools want you to identify that and change it into a bracket. Does that make sense? For example, you don't need to write this. That doesn't make sense. They just need this. Clear? Same idea. So in this case, this guy is always positive. Sometimes schools don't need you to write. They just want the bracket. Okay? How about the middle one? The middle one, everybody should know, right? This is sec 3, right? Which is what? Very good. I need to rationalize. Okay? So some schools want you to write it as square root 2 over 2 tangent inverse square root 2 times x plus 1 over 2. Okay? So depends on school. Okay, I have heard schools that say, never mind, I don't need you to write in this form because I'm just testing you integration. I'm not testing you certs. But some schools say, no, I don't care. I teach you this in sec 3, you must apply this for every single question. I want to see it rationalized. So ask your teachers. But if you ask me, I will just write the orange version. Clear? Everybody okay? Yay! Last question. By parts. Hopefully you all don't end up in pieces. Okay? Smriti, if you don't know the word that I use for by parts, tomorrow don't come. I'm kidding. Please come. K-I? Huh? Liat. Okay, Liat. Okay, I accept Liat. Liat not bad. Okay? Liat. Okay? Then Shivani will give me the other one. Yes, K-I-D-I. Okay? So if you remember these two words, okay, Liat and Kidi, you can use, you will be able to do by parts. Okay? I write by parts a little bit differently. Okay? So if you all are okay, I will use my way of writing by parts. But it's nothing different from you all. Okay? So by writing it as this, let's use integration by parts. So u is x squared, obviously, and du over dx is 2x. Okay. Now, I know it is wrong, but anyway, your teachers will not be looking at this part. Okay. Most of you can write it as dv over if dx and v, right? Personally, I see no particular use in it. Okay. Really, there's no benefit. So I would rather write it as v and integral of v. Can? Okay. It is just my way of teaching. If you don't want to adopt it, don't learn. If you're okay with the previous one, use the previous one. Okay. But I like to write it because I like to call this exactly what Shivani said. Okay. K-I-D-I. Okay. It makes sense. Okay. Keep, integrate, differentiate, integrate. Keep, integrate, differentiate, integrate. I like to say it because it's easy. Okay, keep, integrate, differentiate, integrate. Okay, so v is x1 plus x squared negative 2, okay, which is also this. Okay. Okay, but not important. Let's look at the form that they gave us. Okay, like I said, if you are able to identify the fx and the f prime x, it will be easy. If you cannot identify the fx and the f prime x, this will be hella difficult. Right? So which is the main function here? Which is the main function here? Yes, very good. The negative 2, the power. Okay, the power is the main function. So let's look inside. What is inside? 1 plus x squared. So what is supposed to be outside? Yes, 2x. Okay, inside 1 plus x squared, outside is supposed to be 2x. So when I write it out, I will write this first. 2x, 1 plus x squared negative 2. Outside, I will write half. Okay, once we are able to be comfortable with this form of writing, okay, integration should be a lot easier. Okay, so this will be half. Okay, 1 plus x squared to the power of negative 1. Okay, so we can write Kd now. Okay, Kidi. Okay, so I equals to K I minus big integral d I. Ki di. Yes. We don't need to. Yes. Oh, need. Oh my God, I forgot. Thank you. Spotted my mistake. Okay, can integrate the second one. Remember what I said? The moment you see fraction, what do you look out for? Pardon? Yeah, very good. So in this case, okay, in this case, where's my fx and where's my f prime x? Okay, bottom is fx, on top supposed to be f prime x. Do I have f prime x? No. So what do I need to do? Yeah, half and 2. Okay, so this will give me half x square over 1 plus x square plus half ln 1 plus x square. Okay, don't need the mod because I already know it's positive. Yes. Anybody got question? Question? Why? Why? Oh, thank you. My bad. Thank you. I will be able to spot my mistake after I finish. How? Not answer key. Check with the calculator. How to check with the calculator? Do you all know? Nice. Everybody know how to use GC. Can go. Everybody take out a GC. Press the green button. Then press F2. Okay, if I'm not wrong, it should be 4. Can? Okay, so all you need to do, I'm not asking you to do it now. Please don't. You've got no time already, okay? But after you do that, all you need to do is to type this into the calculator. Random. So go and use limits that you know will work. Don't go and use limits that you know will give you problem. Make sense? Okay. In this case, I will avoid 0. Why will I avoid 0? Why will I avoid 0? Use 0, is it? Why will I avoid 0? Because when you use 0, can you see that my first fraction disappeared? It is 0 over 1. Can you see that my second fraction also disappeared? It is ln 1 plus 0. Can you see? So I want to try and let the fraction disappear. I want to be able to use numbers. So 1 is okay. 2 is also okay. I will just use 1 and 2. Does that make sense? Can? So I will use here 1 and 2, and then below here I will just substitute like a normal integration 1 and 2, and then type in the calculator to check. Does that make sense? Integration I always check. Differentiation also I always check. Partial fractions also I always check. Can? Does that make sense? Can? Okay, if not, let's move on with the substitution really quickly and then we are done for today, okay? So substitution, u equals to 1 plus x squared. Okay, I want u equals to 1 plus x squared. Okay, so x squared is u minus 1. Okay, what I want is x cubed, right? So x is square root u minus 1. So x cubed is u minus 1 to the power of 3 over 2. Yeah? Okay, and if you do this enough, you also know that you will need to find dx du, right? There are two ways to find dx du. One, you differentiate this. Okay, then you will get dx over du, okay, is 1 over 2 root u minus 1, okay, which is very complicated, okay, for those of you who are not familiar with the integration. So I don't like this, I prefer this, okay, which is du over dx is 2x, okay, that makes my life easier. Can? So why do I want to use du over dx equals to 2x? Because I can flip it around, right? Dx over du is 1 over 2x. Then I get this. Okay. Although it is longer, it will usually be more accurate. Does that make sense? Okay. So I repeat, can I go from here to here, which is what I need? Yes, I can. But I don't want to, because not every time will it be so simple. Now it's just square root. Next time maybe got more things. So I prefer this way because the differentiation is so much easier. It's just x squared to 2x. Then I substitute and make this. Okay? Okay, so let's finish off our substitution. Okay, integrate x cubed 1 plus x squared negative 2 is integrate u minus 1 3 over 2 u negative 2 dx over du du. Okay, nothing complicated yet. Okay, I will highlight for you to be able to see. So this guy is this guy. Okay, and this guy is this guy. Okay, and dx over du is 1 over 2 root u minus 1. So I'll get u minus 1 3 over 2 u negative 2 times half times u minus 1 negative half. Okay, so after that I'll get u minus 1 over u squared. Okay, which is very easy now. Make sense? Okay, again, I will ask you the same question again. When I see a fraction and I integrate, what am I supposed to look for? Sorry, again. So what am I supposed to look for? If I see a fraction that I'm going to integrate, what do I want to look for? Yes, f prime x over fx. So this is fx. What is f prime x? 2u. Very good. So on top is supposed to be 2u. Make sense? On top is supposed to be 2u. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Okay. Confused, immediately ask me, okay? I'm going to add a 2 up here because I want 2u. And to neutralize that, I'm going to add a half in front. Can? No? Okay, never mind. How about this? Shall we split the fraction first? Is that better? Okay, let's split the fraction first. I see everybody's face. Everybody's like, okay, so split first. Let's split first, okay? So split, we get 1 over u minus 1 over u square. Is that better? Okay. So let's just do it as ln u minus, my brain's not working, 1 over u plus 1 over u. Okay, then we substitute back in. So we get half ln 1 plus x square plus half 1 over 1 plus x square plus c. Okay, and then comes the crazy last question. How am I going to link these two together? Okay, how am I going to link these two together? Okay, let's start from the first one. Let's start from the first one. So I1 is minus half x square over 1 plus x square plus half ln 1 plus x square plus c1. Okay. Okay. Notice that the fraction is slightly different. In I1, I got x squared, but in I2, I got 1. Does that make sense? Can you see that the numerator is slightly different? I circle for you. Can you see that the numerator is slightly different? So what I want to do is that I want to see whether or not I can simplify that and turn it into a 1. Can? So I'm going to add 1 and minus 1. So I'm going to get this. Okay. We're going to skip a bit of steps. Okay, which gives me minus half times 1 plus half 1 over 1 plus x square plus half ln 1 plus x square plus c2. Okay. Okay, and now they look the same. Right? So the next line, just be careful of the c2 that I'm going to add in. Okay. So this is minus half plus I2 minus C2 plus C1. Okay, which gives me I2 plus K, where K equals to negative half minus C2 plus C1. Okay, so therefore I1 and I2 differ by a constant. Okay. Okay? But the main skill that we're going to take away for today, other than substitution and the KD, okay, is that I need you to be able to rethink your idea of f prime x and fx. If we are able to identify f prime x and fx, I guarantee you your integration will improve by at least double. No more learning it as divide by constant. Can? Okay. If not, okay, we have come to the end of the revision class. Okay. Okay, so over the next few weeks, as we prepare for our, promos, right? We will be having booster classes at the different locations. For the booster classes for Kovan and Bukit Timah, it will just be my regular class. So if you are interested to come and join us for the next few weeks, right? You can let me know at the end of the class, or you can let the admin know if, let's say, they were to text you again. Okay, the prices are over here, and then the sign-ups are over there. Okay, what we'll be covering over the next few weeks will basically be to go through past year papers to be able to make sure that we are conditioned to know how to sit for the promo exam. Okay, and before we finish everything, can I invite everybody to help me to fill out this feedback form? Okay, once you fill out the feedback form on the way out, please show me so that I can give you a foolscap pad. And then as you go out, if you have any questions, you can just ask me. And I'll be free to answer any questions until everybody leaves lah.